SmackDown took place tonight in Montreal, Quebec, Canada at Bell Center, and it was appropriate for the show to kick off with the hometown hero, Sami Zayn, who's in a Fatal 4-Way match the next night on Saturday Night's main event tomorrow, and the winner will get a title shot at the Royal Rumble, where I think tomorrow I think most people would agree Sami is the heavy favorite to win that match. So he kicks off the show. It's not quite the same like 3 years ago going into Elimination Chamber when he was challenging Roman Reigns for the title. He wasn't that over, but he was still very over. And we got the Olay chants. Sami spoke in French. He was actually wearing a Montreal Canadian shirt. Then he was interrupted by Jey Uso 2.0, Trick Williams. This was boring. Trick sucks. Damian Priest came out next, and Trick takes a cheap shot at Sami, who fights back. I just thought this was awful. I thought this was an awful opening segment. It was boring. Trick is just awful. I hate watching him. There's no substance. All he does is rely on like catchphrases. Like there's no substance in between the words. He's just trying to get from one catchphrase to the next. That's all he's doing. There's no promo. There's nothing in between. And he just exposes him. I think the guy's awful. I don't like Trick Williams. Backstage, Kathy Kelly interviewed Randy Orton ahead of his match tomorrow night. He cuts a promo on Kathy. He says it's a stupid question what she asked him. And I thought he was actually really good here. Wade Barrett was back on SmackDown on commentary with Michael Cole tonight. I wanted to make note of it because I was surprised that he wasn't on commentary last week in London because it's his home country in the UK, but he was here in Canada tonight with Michael Cole. Earlier today, Ilya Dragunov actually accepted Carmelo Hayes' open challenge tonight, and they showed footage. Then The Miz walked in, mocks Carmelo Hayes. I'm not a fan. This was boring. Then they showed outside the Bell Center, and I wanted to mention this because it's less than 1 degree outside. I feel the cold. I'm not too far from Montreal. Obviously, wasn't at the show, but I'm not too far. It's freezing cold. It has to be like the coldest day of the year. I can't tell you how cold it is. Then we get to the United States Championship match. Carmelo Hayes defending his title against Ilya Dragunov. So Ilya was busted open for the second consecutive week now. Miz was the one who knocked Ilya off the top rope, allowing Carmelo Hayes to retain. Carmelo is upset at Miz after seeing the replay. Get this guy off my TV screen, The Miz. It's 2026. I don't want to see this guy anymore. I'm so sick of him working with these new guys. It's the same promo every time. It's the same feud every time. It's the same match every time. I'm just sick of it. Michael Cole did a sit-down interview with Cody Rhodes, and it really didn't last long before Jacob Fatu crashes the interview. He reveals he was going after Drew, who knocked his teeth out. Cody brings up Jacob's past, and I was surprised. I wasn't expecting them to go there this quickly. My only issue is it's like 1 day of build-up. I wasn't going to say 1 week. No, it's like 1 day of build-up. I kind of wish this was a long-term feud. It kind of in a way reminded me of Drew and Cody when Drew burned the Dusty Rhodes picture. I was kind of expecting, that to be a longer-term feud. Maybe they go back to it. With Cody and Jacob, for Cody to go there, I thought they would do a little bit more. He's doing this on 1 day's notice because I don't think they're feuding past the Rumble. But this was really good, really heated, really intense. Jacob Fatu is really intense. He's real. He just has this realness to him, an aura to him. I don't like that word too much that others don't have. And I think the thing is, when people see Jacob, they don't want to mess with him. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to mess with that guy. He has this thing to him where I'm afraid of him in a way. Not too many guys have that. But I really like this. And to be honest, I'm now excited for the match tomorrow night. And I really wasn't that excited going in. Chelsea Green and Alba Fire are backstage. They walk up to Jordan Grace. Chelsea offers to respond to Secret Service, and Jordan actually agrees to go with them tonight. Then we get a Roman Reigns video package confirming that he will be in the Royal Rumble match. No surprise there. I think he's the betting favorite right now, and I think he's probably going to win. Jade Cargill was out next. Then we get Chelsea Green taking on Jade Cargill. Match didn't last long, similar to last week where Chelsea got crushed by Jordan. Here she gets crushed by Jade. Jade hits Jaded, that's it. So after Jade hits Jaded, Jordan actually gets on the mic and reveals that she's in the Women's Rumble. And after this match, she challenges Jade, and I think she was teasing that she's gonna win the Rumble and challenge Jade. Then Jade just walked off, but it was after Jordan wanted to fight her right there, and Jade just kind of walked off like the heel. We go backstage, and the Allies of Convenience, that's their name officially now, as it's on a t-shirt, that's Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. They were discussing tonight, and they were both making sure that they're on the same page. They referenced last year's Rumble, and that's the one that Charlotte won. And a more memorable moment from that Rumble actually is Alexa Bliss making an epic return. And to this day, I don't think there's ever been a female star in the history of wrestling who received a bigger pop than Alexa Bliss did. I'm not saying all pops. There's certain male wrestlers who receive bigger pops than that. But for a female star, find me one who got a bigger pop than when Alexa Bliss returned last year at the Rumble. It's such an incredible ovation. And it was the loudest pop of the whole night. And there was some major stars in the men's Rumble. And even the women's Rumble had some stars. But that was such a great moment. Anyway, they're reminiscing about that before their match tonight. We got a Solo Sikoa promo on the Wyatt Six. He's holding up the lantern. I don't care. The Wyatt Six were out next to defend their tag team titles. Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis defending. Then we go to a break. After that, the MFT comes out. Solo sends Tala Tonga to the back with the lantern, and we get our tag team title match, Wyatt Six against the MFT. Eventually, Tala Tonga comes back, and Solo grabs the lantern and hits Dexter Lumis in the head with it. Then Tama Tonga hits his finisher on Dexter and pins him to win the tag team title. So we have new champions. Title change on the show. Don't really care that much, to be honest. Not a big fan of the MFT or the Wyatt Six, so I'm kind of indifferent about this. Backstage, Nick Aldis was talking to R-Truth briefly, who wants in on the Rumble. He has those balls. It's those same balls that they were using for the John Cena retirement tour qualifications. Then AJ Styles walks in, and Aldis asks him if he's sure that he wants to retire, put his career on the line against Gunther, but that's not really why he called him in. Nakamura walks in and questions AJ's decision to put his career on the line. Then he challenges AJ to a match tomorrow night at Saturday night's main event. Wow, that's a big match now. AJ Styles against Shinsuke Nakamura. 8 years ago, I was so excited to see it, and then they had such a disappointing match at WrestleMania 34 in 2018. Maybe they get some redemption for that, huh? Yeah, that was such a disappointing match. It was no good at all. But in a way, it makes me think, are they done with AJ? They're having him wrestle Nakamura out of nowhere. Maybe this is it for AJ. I don't know. I don't think he's going to retire at the Rumble. I think he'll retire this year, probably at Mania, but I think it'd be awful if he just loses to Gunther at the Rumble. Fraxium was out next. After the break, Johnny Gargano was out with his wife, Candice LeRae. By the way, his good friend Tommaso Ciampa, I forgot to mention him. Of course, it's been known for weeks now that he left the company, but he's back. He's back wrestling, and he's going to do indie appearances. He wrote a farewell to WWE, to the fans, but he's back on the indies, and he's just going to do that. I don't know if he's going to AEW. I think they'll give him an offer for sure, someone like him. But Ciampa is out. He's out with WWE, and he's still in wrestling, though. He's not retiring, and I don't expect him back. I think he's going to do his own thing now. So good for him. Hey, wish him luck. Up next, we had Nathan Frazier against Johnny Gargano. So Michael Cole actually briefly paid tribute to Bobby Duncan Sr., who passed away this past week. They were having a good matchup, not much fan interest, as they've been presented as losers for the last year, so I don't blame the fans for being quiet for large portions of the match. Nathan Frazier eventually got the win after Candice messed up. I think Axiom put his mask on her, the same mask that Candice took, and she accidentally hit Johnny, and then Frazier rolled him up, but then she stole the mask back from Axiom to make him look like a goofball. But that's what this is. I'm not a big fan of this feud at all. Backstage, Kathy Kelly interviewed Nia Jax and Lash Legend ahead of their match tonight. Drew McIntyre heads to the ring, and then he's out next after the break. He takes a shot at the Montreal Canadiens, saying they haven't won a Stanley Cup in 30 years, which is true. Imagine how the Maple Leafs fans feel. So I think it's still better to be a Canadiens fan. Then he claims that he never attacked Jacob Fatu, which is interesting. I think it might be Randy is the one who attacked him. I've had that suspicion. Had that feeling when the angle first happened. I don't think Drew's the one who attacked Jacob. Then he runs down the competitors in the Fatal 4-Way match. Backstage, Ray Phoenix tells Trick Williams he hasn't forgotten about their last match. Trick runs him down. It makes you think that Ray's going to cost Trick tomorrow night. Backstage, Kathy Kelly interviews Kit Wilson, and he cuts a promo on Matt Cardona, who confronts him. Kit says Matt has toxic masculinity, and then Matt challenges him to a match next week, I think. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss were out next. Alexa getting a decent pop in Montreal. After the break, Julia and Kiana James were out to no reaction. It's just kind of sad. I feel bad for Julia. Just never any reaction. Change the theme music. That's what I would do with her, man. She just can't keep going on, just getting no reaction from the fans. Then Nia Jax and Lash Legend were out last, and we get our triple threat tag team number one contenders match: Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair against Julia and Kiana James against Nia Jax and Lash Legend. So early on, Alexa Bliss takes out everyone with a crossbody to the outside. The heels work together to both the heels teams. Charlotte was they got the heat on Charlotte for a while, but then she tagged in Alexa Bliss for the hot tag. Alexa went wild, but then eventually it broke down. Lash Legend hits her finisher onto Alexa Bliss. Afterwards, before Lash can pin Alexa, Charlotte spears Lash, taking them both out. But then Kiana James, who was still legal, snuck in and pinned Alexa Bliss for the win. So she's the one who gets the win for her team, not Julia, not the Women's United States Champion. She didn't get the win, Kiana James did. It's so obvious with this pairing. They always wanted to push Kiana James over Julia. I don't see anything in Kiana James. I don't think she's good. I don't think she's talented. I don't see her as a star. I don't think she has any real potential to be anything on the main roster. I never did in NXT. Don't see much in her right now. But they do, and they're going to push her over Julia. You watch. They don't see much in Julia, and they want to push Kiana James over Julia. It doesn't surprise me with this company at all. She's no good, Kiana James. Sami Zayn talks to Damian Priest backstage. Priest told him not to get involved in the match. Then Sami says, well, what are you going to do about it, basically? Then Sami walks off. He goes up to Drew McIntyre, slaps him in the face for his comments about him earlier. Pretty obvious Sami is winning tomorrow night. Cody Rhodes talked to AJ Styles in the parking lot. He wishes him good luck. Then he finds a postcard from Drew McIntyre on his bus, making you think they might do this again at WrestleMania. This feud is not over. I'll be honest, this show felt like 3 hours. The first 3 SmackDowns of the year just didn't feel like 3 hours. Maybe also the last 2 were during the day, which is when I watched them. But, I mean, they went by smooth. They were interesting. They were fun. The matches were really good. A lot of the segments were good. The storylines were good. This SmackDown just felt like an eternity. And this is common with WWE. Whenever there's a Saturday Night's Main Event, or sometimes when there's a PLE, a lot of times the SmackDown before will suck. And this SmackDown wasn't the worst SmackDown in the world, but it was boring. It was just a boring show. And it's so much when it's 3 hours being boring, it's much worse than it just being, a 2-hour boring show. So they preview Saturday Night's Main Event, and then backstage, Kathy Kelly interviewed Julia and Kiana James after their win tonight. Damian Priest was out next. Then we got an Obafemi video package. After the break, Trick Williams was out. We get our main event, Trick Williams against Damian Priest. Sami Zayn walked out during the match. Sami attacked Trick, causing a DQ. Then he brawls with Damian Priest. Trick stood tall, but then he eats an RKO to end the show. Randy then gives an RKO to Sami, and that's how the show officially ended. So tomorrow night is Saturday Night's Main Event. Same venue, same city. Hopefully it's a better show than this was, because this was easily the weakest SmackDown of 2026. And this was the first time, really, where SmackDown felt like a 3-hour show this year.